What is good, everybody? Or expert, and today we're going to be doing tier list number 15, 16, one of the two, I really don't know, but we're going to have a little bit special. This is going to be the hot seat edition, where we're going to fly through 5 characters that I have holy relics for, and put them on a tier list, but in quick succession, because usually my tier list videos are pretty lengthy, and that's only covering like 1 or 2 characters. But this time around, we're going to be covering 5 characters, being Margaret Ludocio, Sigurd, Winged Elaine, Jourmmungandr, and Twigo. We're going to be covering these 5 characters in quick succession. We're going to go through their stats really fast because we kind of know where they all place a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and get them on the tier list as fast as humanly possible. So we're not going to be taking our sweet times talking about each aspect like we usually do. We're going to be just fast. It's all about pacing. It's all about pacing here. So, again, we're going to go through these 5 units. You're still going to give them fair treatment because I already did the research for everyone here. And I mean research, I mean I've played a lot of games with them. So I know exactly how they perform in each category. And we're just going to go from there. So, with that out of the way, be sure to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 400 subs. We're at like 360 at the time we're recording this. So, I do hope y'all step by a little bit. And, you know, if y'all enjoy the content, stay around. Stick around a little bit, you know? You never know. You might find something you like in my categories. Or in my catalog. Not my categories, Jesus. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now, before we get into before we get down to breaking down these characters, I do want to specify that the timestamps are, again, not going to be very spaced out. The timestamps are only going to be for each character because we're going to literally blitz through all of these categories and then give them the scoring and then move on to the next character. So be warned, if you're looking for the certain timelines of which content I'm talking about, it's not going to be here. So let's go ahead and keep going into the first character, being Ludocio. Or Margaret, whichever one you want to pronounce it. But anyways, we start. Now, PvP wise, if you asked me this question like 4 or 5 units ago, or batches of units ago, I would have said Margaret was pretty meta. But unironically, she dropped from the meta. Now she's like good. She's not bad, but she's good. I wouldn't say she's meta defining anymore, because a lot of people just cut goddess team now. So it's kind of rough for the goddesses, like low key, especially going against like a philo team or an alpha me team. The goddesses don't do damn near anything. And yeah, it's kind of rough. So she gets 2 points for PvP. Now to the deathmatch, she's blue unit, so obviously she's not going to perform as well as, you know, red and green units when it comes to deathmatch, because they don't have a blue high tier deathmatch as of yet. But we already know she does blue demon. Blue demon is relatively easy, so she gets the max points for, you know, being able to do blue demon, which not blue demon, red demon, which would be what, 4, 3? Yeah, it's 3. So she gets 3 points for deathmatch. Now in terms of knighthood boss, she is relatively used in knighthood boss. I don't know about the current ones per se, but no, she is. Like the current knighthood boss that's active right now is Margaret, Tormiel, Blue Ellie Hawk, and Red Sario. So yeah, she's still meta for knighthood boss, so that's pretty much a given. And being meta for knighthood boss is 2 points. So yeah, she gets 2 points for knighthood boss. Easy, free, like you know that. Now we talk about Bird. Demonic Bird, she's pretty good still. She was the unit that used to be used before Miguel got her holy relic, so she can clear up to 4-3. Now she's not a taunt character, so she's not getting the full 5 points for being a taunt or DPS carry, because she also doesn't carry that hard in DPS anymore. Like, unironically, I don't know, I feel like they shadow nerfed her. So in terms of her scoring for Bird, it'll have to be 4 points. Like, it's pretty blatant that she doesn't do a lot for Bird as much as she used to, especially since there's just better options now. So I can't call her a straight up crazy carry, because she's just not. So she'll get 4 points for Bird. Now Deer, on the other hand, she is a blue unit, so she takes up the blue slot for Deer, and you know, you want 2 attack skills for Deer, otherwise you're just gonna get stuffed. And unfortunately, as you see, she only has 1 attack card, which is, you know, her AoE. And AoEs also aren't that great for Deer since it's a single targeted target. You know what I mean? So, in reality, right, her Deer scoring, she can clear it. I'm not going to say she can't. She can definitely do it. Her buffs do carry through Jourmungandr's passive, or Holy Relic. We'll get to that later. Her Relic is stupid. But yeah, her passive makes her very good. So, I mean, I'll give her 3 points for Deer. Because 4 being like she's a good DPS forward, and 5 being she's a like a crazy carry. And let's say like right, blue units for DPS, right? Millum, easy 5. She carries you in blue DPS for Deer. And then like 4 points will probably be around like a Escanor, like the 1. She's not doing the 1 Escanor damage. Her ult might, like her ult's pretty good. I don't want to say it's not, but it's just not Escanor. So she'll get 3 points for Deer. Like there's nothing really you can say about that one. Her ultimate still looks pretty cool, by the way. I haven't seen this whole animation in a very long time. But yeah, she's okay. Yeah, alright, she's okay. 800,000, like that's on a non, you know. So yeah, 3 points for Deer. Now Wolf on the other hand, can't compete, not even close. The buffs she gives aren't that helpful, and her AoEs are okay, but it's not nothing crazy. Now I know that most of the people, like most random teams, can clear floor 1 now with Thonar's existence. And to be fair, she could probably do it too if Melly carries her hard. So I can't say, cause you know, Demonic Beasts are team activities, right? It's not just one unit going stupid. So if I gave Simon and units like that a point for being able to clear floor 1, I cannot say Margaret gets no points. So at the very least, Margaret does get 1 point, but she cannot compete in stage 2 or 3. So I personally haven't been able to beat floor 1 of Wolf with her, but I know it's possible. I'm not stupid. I'm pretty sure someone's done it already. So yeah, 1 point for Wolf. And then last but not least, the miscellaneous category, which is combining of 4 different random activities, which is farming, Tower of Trials, final boss, and being good in 1 lane. So in terms of farming, she's okay. She has an AoE card, and you're autoing. Usually likes using AoE cards a lot. Not really her buffs. So it's kind of okay using her as a farming character. She can get a point for that, sure. In Tower of Trials, yes, she's pretty good. There's something out there that you need Margaret for, actually. And you know, like 420 specifically, you need Margaret. In terms of final boss, does she get a point for final boss? I'm thinking. I think she does. I'm pretty sure she does. Yeah, what am I talking about? Final boss Tarmio. You need Margaret. I'm retarded. So yeah, she gets a point for that. And miscellaneous wise, is she good at anything only she can do? I mean, if you want to be real, her buff is pretty unique. Only she can do it, but it's not like her buff is mandatory. So I can't do her that. So she gets 3 points for miscellaneous. I'm not mad at that. That is honestly okay scoring in my opinion. So altogether, Margaret has combined for a total of 18 points. So we'll get to that. We'll get to where she scores later. Like we know she has 18 points, and now we can move on to the next unit. Next up, we have Sigurd, the man, the myth, the legend, Prince Sigurd. My bad, I didn't mean to diss you on the name. Now, we already know he's built different. We don't gotta run through his skills or anything because everyone uses him because obvious reasons. But yeah, let's go ahead and, get into it. PvP, easy 3 points. He's meta. He's used in the Brent Hill team. Brent Hill team is meta. So yeah, he gets free 3 points for PvP. They're like, there's no competition there. Like, that team is stupid. Deathmatch wise, he's a red unit, so he can do Original Demon. But is he good at it? No. He actually sucks in Original Demon because his damage, even though it's okay, you really can't use him. He has a useless AoE card. That Extort does nothing. And if you can take up slots, you're just fucked. So, we move down to Crimson. Oh, I don't have his affinity? That's annoying. But, yeah, so Crimson Demons, right? He isn't the best. He can't really do a lot of damage, since again, he doesn't get his Extort off, which makes his entire kit useless. Unless you're running Summer DM and Kazuma, those 2 units specifically can help him out in terms of like his DPS, because they give him his buffs and attacks and all that good stuff. So like, yeah, that's pretty good damage. But without a team, he's gonna get carried. But it's fine. He can still clear it, but he's not very good. But again, it's a team game, so in terms of Crimson Demon, he is good. You can use Summer DM, Sigurd, and then someone that isn't a human or giant, like I don't know, Rem, Tarmiel, Freyr, any of those units will be a good combination, and Sigurd will probably do some really good damage if he's able to crit that man somehow. So, I'll give him 3 points for Deathmatch. It's fine. He can get away with it. Now, talk about Knighthood Boss. That's a no. He's never used a Knighthood Boss. He can kill, sure. Not on hell difficulty, though. Oh. I haven't seen his ultimate in so long. That's actually a really good ultimate. But yeah, he kind of sucks at Knighthood Boss, so we're not even going to give him like the satisfaction of getting a point. So he's going to get 0 for Knighthood. It's just that easy. Now when it comes to Bird, easy, yes, he can clear. Not as a major DPS though, but he can clear. So I'll give him the 4 points for Bird, and that's about as simple as that gets. This just keeps dragging. Then we come to Deer. Deer, he's pretty good. He has 2 attack skills at the very least, so he is a usable red unit. So that does help out a little bit. And then once we get to, is he a carry? Yeah, he can carry pretty good with his level 3 single targets, especially with all the buffs that usually go around. They're not really crazy buffs, but they do help out a little bit. So I can say he can get the 4 points for Deer. I wouldn't give him 5. He's not a crazy red carry because, again, you have to compare him to like Freyers and shit like that. So I say he can be used as a secondary red character if you want to have fun, maybe. So yeah, I'll give him 3 points for Deer. That's fine. And now we have Wolf. No, absolutely not. He sucks at Wolf. There's nothing he can do in Wolf, to be honest. That man's skill set is not it. And he just sucks. Don't even look at him. And last but not least, we get into the miscellaneous category. And we already went through that. So miscellaneous, can he farm? No, he cannot farm. Can he do Tower of Trials? Yeah, sure, if you want to. He's not really mandatory for any stage, but he can do it. Can he do Final Boss? Not to my knowledge, no. I haven't seen him in the Final Boss team, so I'm gonna say no for that one. And is he good in this specific lane? I mean, yes, actually, he does get a point for that. He's only good. He's the only reason the Brunhild team is as good as it is. Without Sigurd on that team is actually kind of bad. Because what? You can't really use mono because it's okay, but you're not getting the attack buffs that Sigurd gives you on his passive. So actually, yeah, that Brunhild team doesn't exist without Sigurd. Same as, it doesn't exist without Brunhild or Ragnarok Rameli's or Ragnarok Giants Relic. But it still brings the point. Everyone on that team is needed in order for that team to function. Without them, it doesn't function. So overall, he's got a score of 15 points. He's got 15 point total. And again, we'll rank him momentarily. But for now, we can move on to the next unit. Now, let's talk about Blue Winged Elaine, the Golden Winged Lolly girl. Yeah, so we're gonna make this nice and sweet. PvP, she's mid. I know as much as I want to use her and use that one weird team I found to be meta at one point, she's just not good. Her as a unit, she's not good. The team is fine, but her actual kit is okay, but not for her. She helps out other fairies, but not herself. It's very weird. So, as much as I hate to say it, she is mid. I would give her 2 points, but she can't even get that, so I don't know, man. She's just gonna have to settle for the 1 point actually. And Deathmatch, again, she's a blue unit, so she can't compete in Belmoth or Original Demon. But she has Red Demon, but she sucks at Red Demon because her damage sucks. And you can't debuff Red Demon with her debuffs specifically because her passive doesn't work in Deathmatch. So, yeah, and her damage is not good, so she gets 1 point. She gets literally 1 point. Knighthood Boss, she used to be good at 1 point, I believe. I'm pretty sure people used her at 1 point for Knighthood Boss, mainly because of her buff card to heal passively. And whenever Fairy King is, I think. So, yeah, she gets 1 point for Knighthood Boss as well. This is no brainer. Bird, she can clear pretty decently, actually. She's a decent support. Her buffs do heal a decent amount when you're doing bird, even though that's not really a thing you need to worry about. Her debuff, again, doesn't work. I mean, it does work in deathmatch, or not deathmatch, it does work in demonic beast battle, but they're immune to most debuffs, so it doesn't work, just put it like that. And that's about it. Her damage is still okay, but there's nothing to gawk about. So she gets 3 points for bird. Same thing with deer. She has one actual, attack card, and it sucks. So deer, she can get to 4-2. She can beat 4-1. 4-2, it'll be rough. It will be very rough to beat 4-2 with this character, bro. Like, she is actually annoying me. But regardless, it's a thing that you can do if you really want to, I guess. But she can't compete in 4-3. She doesn't do enough damage to even make that last phase of 4-3. Oh, great, my game crashed. I don't even remember what I was fucking saying. Yeah, Elaine. The deer. I was talking about deer. Yeah, she's not fucking good. She can do 4-2. She's not doing 4-3. Yeah, that's about as much that goes. And Wolf doesn't compete. She can't do anything. Like, that damage is crazy, by the way. She doesn't do anything in Wolf. And what? Miscellaneous category? Nothing. She's not good for any of those little off niche things. I do have her like 4 or 5, 6. Very weirdly enough. I think she's 5, 6 actually. So watch her ultimate. Sure. Alright. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's a pretty cool ultimate. Yeah, she's not that good. So overall, she got a score of 8 points, and that about sums her up as a unit. I mean, I guess. I mean, we already know what she does. Yeah, we know what she does. If you don't, I'm sorry. I don't even want to run through it. I just got very annoyed. But, like, you can read. She does more damage to shock enemies. Her passive lets you apply shock. Yeah, so 8 points. Blue-winged Elaine. We're done here. Now we're here with the girl I would die for. Oh my god, those legs are amazing. Anyways, yeah, Jourmmungandr. Fuck. She's pretty good all around, even though she doesn't work in anything but her deer demonic beast. But she's still a really good character, unironically, because she has a pretty decent kit, being like a remove buff, heal, attack card type thing. And her ultimate is really good for damaging. Like, yeah. Her Holy Relic is a cheat code and a half, which we don't even got to get into. But, yeah, we already know what she does. So, let's go through again. So, I did use her in PvP when she first dropped, and it wasn't bad. I used the whole, like, Escanor, melee, annoying team that people like to run for whatever reason. It's not good, but people did do it for a while, and it did get results, I guess. She replaced it because she has 2 single targets, and nowadays that's probably not going to work as well as it did back then, because single target characters are just obliviously out of the meta. There's so many AoE related teams that are at the top of the meta right now, it's not even funny. Runhill team, the Naofumi teams, the Philo teams, all AoE centric, and they can all wipe turn 1. Single targets just don't cut it in the current meta. So I can give her mid to PvP. That's about as deep as it goes. She's not. I would give her good, but the single targets just don't exist anymore. So yeah, I'll give her mid, and that's about that. So in terms of deathmatch, she's green, so she can't compete in Belmont. But is she good? Honestly, she is usable, but it's not the best thing ever. So in reality, I'll give her the 4 points because she can clear Belmont, just not in your normal fashion. So, no, I lied. I'm giving her 3 points. Actually, no, she can clear Belmont. It's just not normal. So she gets 4 points. Like, actually, she can actually be used in Belmont if you really wanted to. Then your teammate is very susceptible. Now, Knighthood boss, she can clear it, but she's not good at it, so she gets the 1 point. That's pretty easy there. Bird, she can do Bird. She's not going to be a crazy DPS until she ults and give your team that DPS box. so it's not the most intense thing ever. Her ultimate still looks pretty cool. Yeah, so like it's not the most intense thing ever, but she can do it. But she's not gonna be the carry, so she gets 3 points for Bird. Like, that's pretty. Yeah, I'll let her slide with that. Deer, 5. She gets 5. She's the Deer unit, and she's a cheat code and a half. That relic is actually not fair. So that's the easiest 5 points I've ever seen in my life. If you know what the relic does, oh boy, that thing is kind of a menace. Wolf wise, can she clear floor 1? I'm gonna have to say no. I know I've tried it, and I think I got close a few times, but it really wasn't because of Jourmmungandr that got me any closer. But because not only is she useless in terms of her passive because it doesn't work, her Holy Relic also doesn't work, so you're only relying on these single cards. The heal card is okay, the cancel buff card is cool, or the cancel stance card is cool, but it only does it at rank 3, so it's not really good. Because you already have Freyr and Donar being cancel stance characters. You don't need another one. That's our rank 3 to do it. So, and on top of that, her damage is not that great for Wolf. Actually, it almost cucks you more than anything. So I'll give her no points for Deer or Wolf. I mean, and ironically, she's not that decent, unfortunately. So yes, now we get to miscellaneous. We have what? Farming, no. Tower call, not really. Final boss, no. Good in this specific situation, yes, she's good for Wolf. Not Wolf, Deer. She's literally mandatory for Deer. No one else can pull it off. So she gets a point for that. Now, when it comes to her scoring, she has, let's see, 15. She also got 15 points, along with, who was it that got 15? Sigurd? That's interesting. And that about sums that up. So now we move on to the last character, which is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Twigo. Now when we look at little Twigo, I don't have his affinity either, so we're just going to not look at that apparently. Now, Twigo is very simple. We're just going to go through that again, like always. PvP, he's meta. He's on the Reinhardt team. He's on the Bond team. He's on the human team. The human team is always going to be a problem because Netmarble is fucking racist. So, yeah, 3 points PvP. Very easy. His deathmatch scoring, he actually is usable for Original Demon. Hell, if you're using like a Reinhardt team for whatever reason. Some people do that. Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think about it. But, you know, people use Reinhardt and they have Twigo in the back. So, Twigo is doing his, what, 50% HP? 30% HP. 30% HP. He's giving that to Reinhardt. Reinhardt's doing good damage. So, yeah, he gets 4 points for deathmatch because he can do it, weirdly enough. Now, Knighthood boss, he is good. He is meta, actually, because he is used for one of them, like a Bond team. It was, what, Bond, Arthur, Twigo, and Zenari as a team, and I think that still is a relevant team for one of the Knighthood bosses. I just don't remember which one it is. So yeah, he gets 2 points for Knighthood. Bird, you can get to 4-3, but he will get carried out of his ass. Without a full UR set for him, he is getting absolutely bodied. So, but he can do it. He can get the 4-3, and he can participate to an extent. So he gets the 3 points, sure. Deer, no, he can bleed 4-1. That's it. You cannot touch 4-2 with our character. It's not happening. And Wolf, yeah, but you're gonna skip that. Miscellaneous, he is good for only one thing, and that would be Tower of Trials, because I know for a fact that there's that one floor that exists that you need an art character to do. And Twigo, being an art character, covers that pretty good, especially with his Holy Relic. He does a pretty decent job at that stage, specifically. So with all that being said, he has a total of 14 points. So, it's a little bit balanced, I guess. He has more than Elaine, and I wouldn't be surprised because he's way more prevalent in the game than Elaine is. So, yeah, we are going to go to the tier list now, put everyone on the list, and then we're done here. Alright, we made it to the tier list, and since we're here, I might as well just tell you, Blue Winged Elaine is not on this list. I already told the maker, Nexus Archangel, shout out to homie. I already told him about it, so by the time I'm done with this, it might be here, maybe. You might literally see a little notification up there, because I literally just sent it to the message. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip over her for now. Now let's go about these 4 units. We will place her. I will tell you where she is, but you know, I'll put an imaginary little dot there for her placement for now. And while we do that, let's go ahead and break all these units. Twigo. Twigo got himself 14 points, puts him B tier. So when we start off with Twigo, I don't know if I just said this, I just kind of blanked out because I had to make sure I got my information right. Twigo got 14 points, which puts him again in B tier. Now that puts him between Mono and Diane. They're both at 14 points as well. Now, is Twigo more useful than Green or Blue Small Diane? Yes, but he's not more useful than Ram. So Twigo can sit right between the two at B tier. And that'll be the end of that. Now Margaret, she got a, what was it? 18 points. So that puts her in high A tier. So when we look at high A tier, that'll put her right behind Purgatory Bond. They both have 18 points. But I would definitely say Purgatory Bond is probably more... no. Purgatory Bond is not more useful than Margaret. No. Purgatory Bond only has one role, and that is PvP. Margaret can cover multiple roles. Or, you know, as much as she wants. So I'll put her in front of Bond. So Jourmmungandr, she also got the same... Well, she got a little bit more than Twigo, actually. She got 15, which puts her at the high end of B. Both her and Sigurd got the high end. So they're up there with Matrona and Amelia. Jourmmungandr, I would definitely say, is more useful than Matrona. Not more useful than Amelia, though, in my opinion. Yeah, that looks about right to me. In terms of the 18 point scores, Amelia is definitely more useful than Jourmmungandr, in my opinion. Jourmmungandr is useful than Matrona. Now, when it comes to Sigurd, I would probably put him behind all of them. Sigurd doesn't have a crazy placement when it comes to, you know, usefulness, because his job isn't that straightforward. So I would put him right behind her. Yeah, that looks about right. B tier is looking crazy long. But that makes sense, actually. That's like, what, dead center? So I guess that makes sense completely. Like, oh, those are actually the mid character. And then, you know, our imaginary friend, Winged Elaine, got 8 characters, or 8 points, which puts her, what? Let me look at my list. D tier. So she would be with Simon and Rimuru. Simon got 10 points. Blue Rimuru got, I'm looking at my list. Where is he? I don't see him. Wait, oh, Blue Rimuru got 9 points. So they both got 9. So, oh, wait, there she is. I'm gonna just put this here. I tried to tell him that Blue Elaine wasn't there, and then I just found him. So, my bad. I see. Alright. Yeah, so Blue Elaine was there. I'm just blind. So, yeah, Blue Elaine is bottom of D tier. She has 8 points, they have 9. So, yeah, this is now our new tier list. Little hot take edition. We did 5 characters in 30 minutes. I mean, that's still honestly slow compared to how I usually do it. I guess I was still talking a lot at the end of the day. Regardless, though, this is the list. Rimuru, Reinhardt, and Freya are still up top, which could change. Reinhardt probably isn't there anymore because things have changed in the meta, but we haven't made an update list yet, so don't be confused by this. The update list will come eventually. I'll probably do it next tier list, maybe, or next video. We'll see, though. We'll just have to find out. Anyways, though, we're done here. Everyone's put on the list. The highest person that we just did out of the top 5 was Margaret, going into Jourmmungandr, then Sigurd, then Twigo, and then Winged Elaine. So, that out of the way, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.